Hi guys, this is Steve A and this is the Catacombs build. Hi guys, welcome back. Right, now this is the second time I've attempted one of these Catacombs enclosure. What I'm going to do before we start the tutorials, I'll just bung a few pictures and stuff of the last one, well the first one I did. Really, it shows my level of sort of building and how far I've come on from there to now, because I think we built the Catacombs one way before YouTube. It was one, I think it was my third or fourth custom build enclosure, so rate it for me. See if you like the old one better. It would be really interesting to see, actually. But pop a comment down below. Now with this one I ordered tons and tons of skulls. Used Temu. A lot of people go, oh well, this Temu's supposed to be a scam or whatever, and no, I've ordered loads of stuff perfectly fine. But if you don't want to use that, you can get the little tiny skulls off eBay as well. Apart from that, yeah, it's probably as time consuming as the other one, actually, the first one. The first one we made all the skulls out of clay by hand, and hundreds of little bones and everything. So that was super time consuming. I nearly quit doing it about 3 or 4 times. But this one I was determined. The more I sort of done on it, the more I liked it. And yeah, well, let's see what you think. We'll start the tutorial now. So guys, we're starting off with the usual Exoterra 30 by 30 by 30 centimeters. I like these ones because loads of room to work. Plus they fit in my Kallax units, IKEA Kallax units like a glove. Now, I've already started on the hide here. So that will fit into the corner. So basically what we did, made a triangle hide to fit into the corner. And you think to yourself, right, Steve, I'm no good at doing that sort of stuff, you could actually just make the front out of a piece of polystyrene, cut the hole. As long as you covered everything with mortar, it'd be fine. You'd be surprised, all the little skulls, like we look on here, they're from Team. I'm going to show you how we did all this effect in a minute, because we've still got the rest of the enclosures to do. But I think I paid about £3 for 200 skulls, and we got 500 here. So hopefully we've got enough. And there you go, that's how they come. Also got these ones were a bit more expensive, but they're more detailed. So we can sort of mix them in with the other ones. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to fit this. We've also painstakingly cut some bricks. Different size polystyrene bricks. So what we're going to do, we're going to glue these to the side of the glass and then mortar them all up. So it looks like brickwork. We've got absolutely tons, loads of different shapes. It's just normal polystyrene. I think it was packing an old laptop or whatever. And just cut them into little brick shapes. Small ones, large ones, weird shaped ones. You know, just as many as you can, so you have a good selection. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to glue this into place into the exoterra, and then we can move on with the rest of the background. Right, we've glued that in place. Easier to do it on its back. And that was a mission. Trying to get all these near enough 500 skulls. Doesn't look like it, but it is. We've got another of the birds there, so I'm just going to show you. It's just the same as on the front of the hide. But basically, if you look from behind, all we've done is hot glued all these bits of polystyrene for the brickwork. I'm glad I've done the brickwork, to be honest. Otherwise, it's just broke it up a little bit as well. But if you actually look at pictures of the real catacombs, it is this full of skulls. Skull madness. The next bit is going to be very, very tedious. What we've got to do, we've got some brown enamel. So we're going to sort of highlight all the skulls, like the eye sockets, etc. And then do this paint and wipe. So it's just picking up a little bit of detail. But yes, only 500 to paint. So guys, I'm sure you can see one. We're just gonna put over brown paint. Now we'll do this one down here, easier. And there, and then we just get tissue. You can see that's brought in the detail a bit more. We just wipe it off. What I'm going to do is go around and thin these blocks out a bit as well. So once we add all the mortar, it should all blend in a lot better. Right, now we're getting down to the mortar part. So what we've done, obviously cleaned everything off, and now, so we're getting down to the mortar part now. So this is a very time consuming part of the build. So what we've done, we've basically just put a layer of mortar all over the top, and then it's a bit like an archaeological dig. So we're gonna remove like small bits of the thingy and brush it away, revealing the skulls. It gives it quite a good effect. paintbrusher getting in between all the skulls and just making it one solid wall. Probably going to have to go over it a couple of times to make sure that obviously the polystyrene's all covered. But as you can see, as you keep rubbing, more skulls start appearing. But yes, this is going to take forever, considering we've got all this to do. You'll see how, because of the effect there, that's how it's going to look. But obviously it'll blend right round into the wall. I think I really underestimated the scale of this work that has to go into this, but as you can see, I've just taken away all the mortar, and I quite like the way it looks. It's just bits of skulls popping out here and there. Yeah, that's starting to look cool. But man, this is going to take forever. So guys, we're getting there very, very slowly. Build a catacombs enclosure, they said. Well, I said. What a pain in the arse this has been. But, right guys, we're getting there really, really slowly on this one. I think I underestimated the amount of work in it. But what we're going to do, I'm going to show you doing the raised lettering. Now, if you know someone with a 3D printer, apparently this is really easy to do. The letters are raised up about, I'd say about 4 mil up. So they're sort of built up. So when you bung your mortar on, and you want your mortar nice and soft, not too hard. But even if you go across with the fingers, like so, all the letters will appear. We done this on Iron Maiden one, on the Metallica one. I really like doing it this way because it looks like the letters are actually in the stone itself. But once you clean it up, yeah, they just stand out really, really nicely. It's a lot easier to try and sort of carve that long words out, or even logos and stuff. You're never ever gonna get it to look right. Have a ask round. There's probably one of your friends, family, or someone who's got a 3D printer nowadays. If not, find a company to do it. They'll probably not charge you very much to do it either. All the 3D prints, like characters and stuff, obviously I get my mate Mark, his link's down below to do mine. But if you want to find like 3D prints and stuff, they're always available on eBay. There's loads and loads of companies on Instagram and everything as well that do them, so they're pretty easy to find. Plus, if you find a good printer, someone who you can buy characters of stuff, it's probably good, because then you can get them to do like custom stuff like this, you know, one-off stuff that's you just need, and I need a lot of this sort of stuff. So I'm forever pestering Mark, can you sort this out for me? This is how we're going. Because it's nice and thin, you can sort of smear it and it gets into all the cracks. And once you've done that, especially round with all the skulls, you know, you can, if you brush around them, it seems to just fall where you want it, all in between all the skulls. Now, that back bit that we done first, that took forever. So be prepared. If you want to try this, or you want to try doing it with skulls, some other sort of design, be prepared. It does take a bit of while to get it all sorted. Don't go over the whole lot at once. You're only going to be annoyed with yourself if it starts setting and then it covers up all your nice work. Right guys, so I'm going to carry on with this. As you can see, we just scrape it off Aha, letters appear. Right, hopefully we'll get it done by the end of this year. As you can see there, you can see the words pretty clearly there. Just a nice little wipe over. You can also get a kitchen towel, wipe it over. Even when it's dry though, if we have a look to one of the dry areas, if you've got a little sharp craft knife and you see, say, a little bit stuck in the eye sockets or whatever, if you just dig it and pop out quite quickly. It is a very tedious job, this one, but it's all worth it, he says. Another good one is a bit of water on a brush as well. If you're gentle, you can just wipe off some of the mortar and clean it off a bit. Voila. And as you see, we've got skulls all here to uncover. There's skulls down here. Oh, takes ages. Right, that's another 2 hours spent on it. We've still got the dish to do. We've still got to tidy up that side there, some of the bottom bit down there, and then go around and clean everything up. But you can see the sort of how it's going to start to look. See, obviously we can clean up all these skulls along there. Some work going on. Right, on to the next day. So guys, we're on to day 4 or 5, I don't know. Well, now it's another day anyway. So what I've done here, you see I've masked off where the door shuts. It gives me an idea where to run up to with the mortar, so we don't go over that and stop the door from shutting, because that would be a nightmare having to scrape it all off just to get the door shut. As you can see, we've just got that bit there to do and another bit up here, and then we're going to be going around making sure everything looks cool, but that's drying out nicely. It's weird how it's like patches are different. It's the same mortar, but you get a darker colour on some if you go over. But I'll be showing you how to get rid of all that when we come to the final one anyway. The final coat. But for now, we're just filling up all the gaps. But yeah, it's looking alright. So guys, while that is drying, we've got the water bowl. This is a holder, obviously, because it's no bottom. So we put a plastic tub in there, so it'll hide this with a cool scully bit around the outside. What we're just going to do is just do exactly the same again as we did with the background, and cover it all in mortar, and then excavate all the skulls around, giving it a nice cool effect. Now, it all depends when you're excavating. When I first started it, I had it quite runny, but actually quite thick seems to be working better at digging it out. So it is literally simple as just going on and spreading it like you're coating a cake or something. And we're just going to do that quick bit like that, and then when we come back to it, we're just going to brush in between the skulls, giving it that cool, looks like it's coming out of a stone sort of wall or something. Look, like that. We just got to do all the rest. So this is a good way of, if you want to try this out as a background, just having a practice with something little like this. Just get a couple of skulls. As you can see, we're just, because the mortar's still wet, you can just pick it out. And then the skulls sort of come out. What I found is as well, that once it's dry, it's easy to poke out the eye sockets and stuff out of the mortar, out of the eye sockets and stuff, just with a craft knife. It tends to just pop out quite easy. So I'm going to leave all those and just get the main detail I want. Obviously, you can see how well that's coming along. What we'll do, we'll come back to that. So guys, pretty much done with all the mortar now. So now what we're doing, we're colouring it. Now, we've got some here. This is topsoil, just mixed up with some water. And the good thing about this, it stains the mortar. So if you look at that side there, it's all really stark. But you can see where I started down here. You can start building, just up the colour a little bit. Darker in some places. There's no real artistic skill in it. You just brush it over really finely. You don't, less is more, so you can sort of build it up as it goes. But you can see down there, doing the step sort of around the skulls, give it a bit of shadow. Nothing about this build is quick, so that's the sort of mix you want. You can either brush it or you can dab it on. So you just dab little bits. Plus this is good for you go over the skulls. It'll wipe off some of that dusty stuff, because you're going to have a bit of dust on there, and plus dirty them skulls up. See, it looks loads better now. But yes, it's going to be a while before I get it to what I want, but that's easy enough and cheap. Might cost nothing. You can see now how we've built up these colours. So the darker bits are coming out. See, it dries a lot lighter, but we're building up all the dark, making it super dirty, which is, you know, would be down there hundreds of years. Dirt. But yeah, I'm quite liking it. It's dry. It dries a lot lighter. So if you think, oh, I've gone a bit too dark, yeah, this is why I'm using very light strokes to try and build it up slowly. There we go, guys. You can see it's all dirtied up nicely. Now the good thing about this is I can add substrate and all that stuff now without waiting for it to dry, and then even still just top up the walls if I want it a little bit darker. But as you can see, that does look quite creepy, especially where you go sort of round the skulls as well. They sort of ping a bit. Now it's starting to look like a proper enclosure. I've got a few more skulls left. I just want to scatter around, and some of this stones as well to break it up a little bit. So we'll come back when it's all done. So guys, we're pretty much done. Just done little piles of skulls. These ones are glued together just to keep them in place. I think that's pretty much the sort of vibe and atmosphere I really wanted to go for. Right, now let's get an occupant. So there we go, guys. We're going for an old classic Grammostola rosea. These are kind of rare at the minute. About 10, 11, 12 years ago, Chile stopped their exportation of these. So now they command a very high price, where back then you can even give them away. They were adult females, about £17, £15. Used to be known as the pet rocks because they don't actually do much. But she's not a burrowing spider. She just sort of hangs out in the thing. So that's the sort of spider I wanted. Didn't want another green bottle blue. So let's put her in. Take the top off. Give me more room. Oh. There we go. She looks quite at home in there. Here we go. She's settling in. Under the lights it looks so much better because you can see the shadows of the skulls. I'm really glad it's finished, but I just like the detail. So guys, you can see just down here, I think it fits in quite well with the rest of the enclosures. What do you think? Tell me what you think about it actually. Do you like it? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Is it fitting with all the rest? We had a bit of a sort out. All the spiders were on this wall, but now everything, including the guineas and everything else, is all on this wall here now, which makes it easier for me. And it's nicer to have them all in one space as well as like one major display wall. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do comment down below, tell me what you think of it. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. It notifies you of upcoming videos. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it does mean a lot to me. Apart from that guys, I shall see you later.